Hi, it's Al here from Grumpy Colonnade Gaming, and I'm here with Matt.
Sorry, Grumpy. Hello.
There he is. So yeah, we haven't done one of these for a while. The last CHEBS we did, I did with Carl, looking at the Star Trek Into the Unknown game. So it's time to get our game back on and look at the GW stuff, and then have a bit of a bitch and moan, and then after that, go and kill some Tyranids and 1,000 Tons in Space Marine 2. I think.
Yeah,
That's a fine plan. So we didn't do the Warhammer preview, the World Championships preview that they did, so we'll cover that quickly and just what's been going on with GW, which is basically represented by all of these tabs at the top of the page. And we'll get through that as quickly as possible, and then we'll get into the meat of what we were going to talk about, which does tie into some of this, and then we will round it out with some Space Marine 2. So off we go. So they showed off the Empire. You know, that they're doing their thing. I think Old World has been with us for nearly a year now. I'm pretty sure it started at the beginning of this year.
sounds about right.
And they're slowly getting the factions out, which I would be okay with if it was all new stuff. But given it's all old stuff that they're just reprinting, I kind of feel like they should be going a bit fucking quicker. But they're finally getting around to the Empire.
I think it's more time trying to fit it into their production schedule, to be fair.
Potentially, yeah, but then you could also say that it's been so long in coming that they should have had it already. But I suppose space is a premium and that kind of thing. But what this is going to get into our main subject, because obviously our main subject is going to be going back again to 3D printing for various reasons that we'll explain in a minute. But we're going to go back to 3D printing again and hit that old subject because we don't like doing drama and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna
No, we leave that discourse to others.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to talk a bit about 3D printing because a few things have changed, at least from my perspective. But I think it does tie into this Old World because while you've been waiting for this Old World battalion to come out, and it's not bad, you get 48 dudes in a tank. It's like it's not terrible. Sorry, 60 dudes in a tank.
Damn.
60 dudes in a tank. So a fair chunk of army for like what is it, 120 could these come out at roughly. To get a steam tank in there's not bad. But the people that have been waiting for the Empire have got 3D printed versions or kit bashed them. So I'm sort of like, you're a year into the Old World and now you're hoping that people are going to pick up the Empire. So I'm kind of curious to see how these are doing. Because again, it obviously comes with its arcane journal, which is that tiny little fucking slip of a book. You've got loads of returning kits coming back. And to be fair, that Griffin, Empire and Griffin is really nice. The general. So you can see we've got some plastics coming back, and they're all right. I mean, that Griffin still looks pretty good, but some of the others are a bit crude. If I remember correctly, the Empire were done fairly late in Fantasy Battles' lifespan, so it's not so bad. But you've got the handgunners. Yeah, they're all right kits. Flagellants show their age a little bit, but none of them were awful. And the Great Swords again were quite late. They were done sort of Fantasy 7th or 8th edition, I think.
It's a skinny book.
So all these are coming back. Cannons and your Hellblaster volley guns and everything. All the good stuff we used to like. If you played Fantasy, that is. And then obviously all your knights and stuff. Again, these look dated. The horses look quite old and stuff, but they're serviceable. Your Griffins, they're a later kit for sure.
Yeah, some of my friends played. I didn't. I remember a very old game that we played on my parents' dining room table, and my old mate Neil came around with his high elves and a repeating bolt thrower, and we put them against my Space Marines with a thud gun because the rules were broadly compatible with each other, like Fantasy and 40k back then, which was fun. I mean, I completely murdered him,
as you'd expect,
as expected, but it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, there's a lot of some resin coming back. I mean, this was originally a metal model, but they've made it in resin. And then there's a few metals coming back as well, the smaller characters. I mean, some of the stuff's all right. Some of it's really quite characterful. The War Priest were always quite nice models.
I do like the steam tank. Always did.
Yeah, it's a cool piece of kit. Yeah, there's some nice stuff from the Empire here, but again, it's just taken so long. And I've seen some really nice 3D printed options that certain makers have made out there available. And you could just get that instead.
those warrior priests remind me of the intro to Shadow of the Horned Rat,
Yeah,
was it?
Shadowhorn, I think it was.
Where they get ambushed in the forest by Chaos Warriors. It's such a good intro, a good bit of CGI, especially for the time.
For the time, it was. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine models. Fine models. It's nice that they're coming back in metal. I like the fact that metal's coming back a little bit. So yeah, that's the Empire, the old world. They're getting there. I can't remember what's next. I don't think they've said. But again, considering it's just a smattering of new stuff and most of it's old stuff, it does
Mm.
seem that they're taking their time about it, and I think that opens them up to 3D printers. But next up, it was we got shown the Death Corps of Krieg with their
Quite
weird
good.
horses that aren't horses.
Yeah, apart from their weird cyber steeds, I'm like, who do they think they are? Brave Star and the Galaxy Rangers.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember the guy saying, "Oh yeah, they got AP1 claws on their steeds," and I was like, "Sorry, what?
yeah, really? It doesn't.
Really? You got your horse to open up my Land Raider in
Yeah,
close combat?" Not sure I'm okay with
no. Seems like just an excuse to sell some horses.
that.
But yeah, the models are okay. I mean,
Yeah,
they're what we expect from 40k at this point, I think.
yeah. I mean, the cyber steeds are nice and not angular
Yeah, yeah,
change, so someone actually did a decent job with those.
yeah. They're not horrible. They'll be way too expensive, but they're not horrible. There's your command squad again. Just seems kind of pointless, really. I mean, again, if you want to 3D print these guys, they've been around for ages while they've waited for GW to get their thing done. So
They look good though.
they're quite nice. Yeah, I mean, they're not a great departure on what they'd already released for Kill Team. So it's just like, yeah,
Nice
the
to built on
artillery's
that.
a nice piece, but again, big means
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, it is a big piece as well, which is quite cool.
You know, these are going to be like 50 quid each, I imagine. But they look pretty cool. They do.
It,
I'll give them that. They do look quite funky.
it is a bit like, what are you gearing up for? Apocalypse? How many
Yeah,
of these do
yeah.
you think people are going to buy?
Yeah, no, they're nice.
Probably
They evoke the World War Two or one or whatever setting.
one, yeah.
One, I
Trench
guess,
warfare.
with those wheels. And then you've got obviously
That
your
is
Super Duper Codex, which comes in your Super Duper box.
that's also a nice kind of subtle codex as well. Surprisingly,
Yeah, I love
that
that
you
piece of
can evoke.
artwork. I've got that as a print.
It's really nicely done.
Mm,
It's
it
very
is
subtle.
nice. And then you've got these guys, and just yeah, it's all right. It's
The servo skull with its little tally.
and its loo roll holder. I don't like that commissar. I don't think that commissar's very good. He looks very caddy and not right.
I think he looks alright. Don't mind him.
But, yeah, these look all right. Banner dude looks okay, I suppose.
Yeah, I like them all. Like, I haven't got a problem with any of the models. I might have a problem with some of the rules.
These are
Like,
adorable. Little dudes on their mini versions.
yeah, it was spinning auto cannons,
And
flamer
look
and
at the
everything.
flamer.
Yeah,
Get a bit too close. No, they're nice and characterful. I think they're okay.
yeah. I mean, Imperial Guard just doesn't appeal to me at all. It never has. But then I'm not really much of a military person. I appreciate the military,
Need
but
bloody thousands of them, don't you? That's the problem.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, we had Worcester Dave and John the Usurper, and they're both military people, and they both had Imperial Guards. So I
Mm,
think it definitely appeals to more military types.
yeah. So, I mean, your
So
box set that's going to be 150 odd quid is 10 horses, one
yeah, that's where the
general on a
that's where the money
horse,
is.
one general on a horse, and then 5 command dudes and 1 artillery piece. So you're not getting a lot for your for your money, in all honesty. But then
Whereas
the bloody
the horses will be expensive.
start collecting. Yeah, they will be. They'll be 50 quid. I reckon a 50 quid box set. Or maybe I don't know. You get 5. Yeah, I could see him being close to 50. Um, the start collecting set or the combat patrol has changed for the guard as well for the worse. They've now made it like 10 Attilan Rough Riders and a command squad or something, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's a bit shit.
At least people are finally getting their horses.
True, true. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're okay models. Nothing that excited me. I thought this preview was a complete bust until we got to the Eldar at the end, to be honest.
I didn't mind it. Like Krieg is stuff that people have wanted for ages. So
Mm.
it's kind of nice that they finally got around to those, even though we don't play 40k anymore.
Don't know, I'd rather have had Valhallans, to be honest, but there you go.
Meh.
Suppose they don't really want to touch Russian greatcoats at the moment.
No, that's just you and your suspect choice of men.
um, so yeah, we've got the Orc War Clans they showed off with some fairly underwhelming models. I mean, they're all right. It
Yeah,
wasn't much. It was just like, yeah, very caddy, very.
wasn't really a fan of any of this stuff.
It,
Yeah, it's all way too angular.
yeah, it's like, well done. It's a platform that your war boss can sit on. Fantastic. Some
Yeah,
spells, which, okay, it's nice to have a foot of Gork in plastic, I suppose, but
yeah. Instead of a cardboard outline that we used
yeah,
to have,
I love that though. That's great.
that
And
was
then
funny.
there's your spearhead. Again, just some dudes in armor. I'm just like, yeah, it's not exciting. But yeah, that was a thing. And then the new Git mobs apparently is a big thing. I was like, oh, well,
Looks like a big box. Doesn't look like there's a lot in it.
there's not a lot in it. Not a lot in it at all. I mean, again, that's going to be like 100 odd, 50 odd quid. And you're like, what? These are goblins as well. It's probably about 40 points worth of fucking models.
That's a dude on a admittedly very nice looking armored wolf.
Yeah. Two
Some other
chariots and then
two chariots.
six double dudes on wolves.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Jeez.
It is a nice model, but I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's not an army. I'm sorry.
Nah,
It's a very,
it's really
very,
not.
very, very sort of stretched definition of the word army.
That's what I would call a spearhead. Literally,
Yeah,
it's all the fast movers getting
yeah,
into the flank.
exactly. And they're all right models, I guess. I'm not blown away by them. They're okay.
I like the wolves. I'm not sure about the gobos, but I'm not a fan of green skins.
No,
So
I don't think even the wolves look that great. They're okay. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Chariots again, they're all right. I just find it very hard to get excited about Age of Sigmar: The Best of Times. If any of our listeners think
yeah,
we're wrong, and this I quite liked because we haven't had one of these for a while. The Doom Diver catapult,
yeah, the
and
glidey dudes.
that was actually pretty sweet. I do quite like that. I like the guy down the bottom getting ready to get launched, and this guy midair. And I was like, but again, it's gonna be an expensive kit. It's gonna be like 50, 60 quid, I reckon. But it's even got a couple of configurations. You can have the guy as if he's just about to get fired. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Okay, getting flung out at the top.
yeah, there's some kind of nice stuff there.
That's an
Another
impressive
chariot, and
model.
then you had this weird chariot where there's a shaman on top because apparently the higher they are, the more light they get. And I'm like, well, what if they're not in highish? Stupid fucking bubble hammer. So yeah. I mean, Age of Sigmar is just that's what they're focusing on at the moment. It's going to keep plodding along. It's all right if you like greenskins, I suppose.
Yeah.
Horus Heresy got a couple of little bits. Not the Mechanicum that I was hoping for, but we got Arvis lighter in plastic. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, I might get one for my solar auxilia, but they're all boxed up. I can't see me making them anytime soon.
No, mine are all
But
in a box as well, and I haven't got round to them. But it's a nice recreation of the resin one. It's a nice
yeah,
enough kit. It's just
what I did like is that they finally put a weapon on it, albeit on the back.
yes, little dude with his.
Yeah, cockpit detail looks nice.
How is that attached? Is he just holding that?
Uh,
Can't see like a tripod or anything, and I kind of feel like there should be, or it
there
should
really
be
should be, otherwise he's going to be leaning forward and falling out.
exactly.
It must be suspended there somehow.
Got to be, but you just can't just see it.
Just
Maybe.
can't see it. Yeah,
So yeah, we got a tank destroyer, which again, it's nice,
yeah.
but it's not the
These two are definitely not having the front falling off of them dozer blades.
no, it's not the fell blade and glaive that I wanted, and that people
No,
have most likely 3D
no.
printed by now. But they're nice and
But this is cool that
enough what they are. Yeah, no, they're nice.
it's good that they've done 28mm versions of the like the epic ones that they did earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So that's nice to see.
That
Um,
flamer must have quite some template on it.
Hellstorm template, I expect. The paddle template, the Hellstorm paddling.
That's a paddling.
Yeah, I remember looking at someone on the preview was looking at it going, "What the fuck is this? Why would you ever put a big flamethrower on a tank when it's centrally aligned?" And I'm like, "Have you never seen like a fucking Churchill crocodile
Yes,
from
exactly.
World War II? We did that."
Anti-assault.
Yeah, exactly. Or just fortification flaming. Oh, you got a trench. Nice. Same if we filled it with burning promethium.
And then we've got the rest of the Deredeo ones, which I don't know if anybody was actually waiting for those, but you've got them now. So
Finally, yeah.
you can have las
That damn
cannons that
time.
aren't all warped and twisted from being made in resin.
I dare you speak ill of the Forge World,
Uh,
but it's a fair comment.
yes, very fair comment. Right, so with that out of the way, Black Library, they're finally finishing off the. So first of all, they replaced Felix with a lady.
Is Felix in it? Oh,
No,
yeah, I
no.
was about
This
to say,
is
is
this
Felix
is
in it?
this
But
is
no, it's not.
this is this is bad. This is Malice Darkblade's daughter.
Oh,
You remember Malice Darkblade?
you mistake me for someone who knows their fantasy.
Darkblade, guy got possessed by a demon, had to recover his soul. He was a dark elf lord. There's a comic
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything. It was very good.
it sounds riveting, yeah.
Actually, I tell you what, the books, they could not print them now. There was all sorts of stuff going in there. It was like they look about the slave ships coming back.
What? No.
Full of slaves.
The prisoners with jobs.
Prisoners with jobs ships coming back. And one of the lines is about how the crew has already like had their fun with the ladies and stuff. And it's like, yeah, there's no way GW printing that stuff
Good
these
Lord.
days. Yeah. Instead we get whatever this is. Oh, Mina Lensk. I've heard of her. Looks like she's been promoted. I don't remember her having swords and stuff before. She looked very normal guardsman.
Well, I mean, that sword
Help,
ain't got
help
to
me out.
do
Do we
any
call
good
them?
unless you.
Do we call them guardsmen or do we call them guardswomen?
It's guardsman, isn't it?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Not guardsperson.
Yeah.
Guardsperson's too long, isn't it? Just guardsman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
to
all
be
ain't
fair,
going to
saying
do a
guards
good.
person is longer than the life expectancy of the guards person in the first
Exactly.
place.
We play Space Marine too. We know they just get murdered at the drop of a hat.
So yeah, you've got new Go Trick. I don't care anymore about Go Trick. I gave up once Bill King.
I was very happy that Brian Blessed voiced him for the audiobook.
Yeah, that's a cool touch. But again, once Bill King tapped out, I was like, no, I don't care anymore. Even though David Gilmour is a perfectly good, a good writer and stuff. Yeah.
Replacement.
Finally finishing off the Dawn of Fire series, and they've broken with the formula of the book covers.
Oh no. Are people going to be upset their collections are warped?
I have no idea. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the spine's going to be fine. You get a lovely limited edition, which does look quite nice. I mean, I do like those leather-bound books. They look very, very nice. I have no idea if the Dawn of Fire series is any good. I'm not keeping up with 40k lore. People tell me it looks like they're finally doing something with the Silent King after introducing him like 4 fucking years ago. That is hideous.
That's not great.
That's like the first art book that I don't actually want to buy.
I mean, to be fair, Games Workshop seem to be obsessed with sticking women on the covers of books at the moment.
They are. I mean, this is making up for the formula breaking here. There's no.
There's a woman on the front of every one of these books, except for like the Necron one.
Yeah.
But then they don't have willies or boobs, so
no.
you just depends what the Silent King identifies.
This is a diverse woman. It's just you can't tell because the soul's automaton.
Yeah, I mean, any of those Necrons could have been women.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, all your Necrons could be ladies if you want. It doesn't matter anymore. There's nothing to tell them apart.
No.
But yeah, this is not nice art. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look good. If that's an indicator of the art that is within, I do not want to buy that book. Which is a shame because I do love my art books and I have got the one previously, but no, that's not nice.
But after that is the best bit of the whole page.
Oh, the Caradons.
Because both of those books are fucking great.
Not read them. They're good, are they?
Very good.
Bobby McNiven,
yeah,
isn't
one
it?
of them. Yep.
Yeah.
I only really remember one of them in any detail, and it pits them against Night Lords.
Oh.
In like in a mine, like the Caradons turn up to say, "This is our Red Tithe."
Okay.
Oh, so it's probably Red Tithe then. You will hand over your teenagers to us because we need new recruits, and we don't care if you like it or not. And while they're in the middle of doing that, the Night Lords turn up, and they're like, "Sorry, we're about to terrify all these people. We're gonna have to go for fisticuffs." And then they end up having lots of fights in the darkness. I think the Night Lords get very unfulfilled because Caradons don't talk in combat.
I think the last book I read was probably War Master by Dan Abnett. No, it wasn't. It was Penitent or Pariah by Dan Abnett, the second part of the Beckwin trilogy.
Okay.
So yeah, after all that, and we were just sort of like going, "Oh, that was all a bit shit, not great." They went, "Here's a load of Eldar."
And they were mostly awesome.
Surprise cockbags. Yeah, no, they were great.
Can't say that.
They're all very nice. I just did.
That's another 3 subscribers left.
Probably.
We've only got 2 left now.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, no, these are nice. I think these are nice updates on what we had originally. They haven't gone mad.
Know what?
I suspect the work of a Mr. Jez Goodwin in these.
Oh, almost certainly. What I will
I
say,
did say it was going to be his
uh,
swan song doing the Eldar. Yeah,
which
carry on, mate.
which is slightly besides the point, but very well demonstrated on this Eldar page, is I like the way that the related links down the right side, if you scroll up, the related links down the right side are kind of opaque, and you can see the previews behind them.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it looks right.
And I was like, actually a nice bit of design work from what is generally a crappy website.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Yeah,
Fair props.
they're all not bad. Got a little dragon thing. I'll probably count that as a model.
Objective or something. I'm supposed
I don't know,
to.
totem of some description. Yeah, the Azaman's nice. He's been nicely scaled up. He looks a lot better than the old one. Not too sure on the helmet at the moment, but it'll probably grow on me.
He never was one of my favourite aspect warriors, but he looks cool.
Yeah, it looks alright. It looks nice. It's nice. Again, they haven't fucked about with it too much. He looks.
No,
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
they haven't really fucked with any of them. It's great.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job. Baroff looks very good.
Yep.
Very good. And then you've got his swooping hawks. Also looking very nice. And again, probably the closest to the old versions that I've seen. I mean, they really haven't changed that much. They're very nice.
They changed too much of them in general. Like
I mean, they're doing that stupid
to the metal ones
flying, jumping off of rocks type thing that I don't like, but that's just what they do now. But that's a very Egyptian totem there, isn't it? With the is it Horus the bird?
I think so. I want to say Isis.
There's a couple.
But
They like the Egyptians like birds.
Yeah, my Egyptian mythology is very rusty.
I want to say Horus, but I can't be sure. And then we got, my God.
Finally.
We'll go to Warp Spiders first. So the Warp Spiders.
Also, finally.
30 years after the current ones came out.
Yeah.
In fact, we're not going to get these to next year, so they'll be 31 years old. But they are very nice. Very nice.
Very good. Very good.
They've done a very, very good. And again, they've not fucked about the silhouette too much. They've just made it make a bit more sense.
Yep. It's just all good. Like all their aspect updates have been great.
Really, that's not a spider. Their totem's not a spider. Right, 1 out of 10. Fuck off. Shit. No, they're a good job. They're a good job. I've no idea if they're still selling these ones with the head showing as Yunari. I don't know if they're still doing that or if they've given up with that bollocks. But
like
nice.
the hag or something. It's like a cross-legged, what I assume is like a witch lady with long hair.
Yeah.
It's quite cool.
It's right.
But surprisingly unspider-like.
Well, it makes sense because, as I predicted, the Phoenix Lord of the Warp Spiders is a lady. She is called. Well, yeah, he can't have James R being the only one. Lycis. Lycis.
You explain it. You're the spider person.
I am the spider person, and I can't think how that's related to spiders in any way at all, unless it's something to do with an old mythology, like Ansansi or something like that.
Maybe it's probably Greek or something.
But it's nice. It's a nice model. I like it. I don't like the web energy shite that it's jumping out of. I would get rid of that, but that's because I don't like energy effects on models. But
yeah,
no,
same with me and smoke effects.
Yeah, no, I cut smoke effects off, mate. I just point blank to cut them off. When I got the what was it, psychophage, I just cut that crap off the top.
Oh jeez, the whole model was just toilet. It's rubbish.
That can go. But no, this is really nice, and I love the fact that it's got 8 limbs.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like a spider. Just like
well done, you've passed the test.
Indeed.
Truly, you are the Lord of Spiders.
Indeed, yeah. I can count to 8. Well, there are, let's just say, a lot of legs sitting within 3 foot of me at the moment. Well over 100 legs.
On spiders, that is.
On spiders, yeah. I'm still a collection of dismembered legs. Or have I?
Or doll's legs hanging from your ceiling. Yeah. It's like a forest of them to completely freak out.
It's like the Alice Cooper concept album, Along Came a Spider, and there's a serial killer who is killing women and then collecting their legs to make his own spider. Yeah, it's quite a cool little concept album, actually. Can't believe I saw Alice Cooper in fucking concert this year, and he was 78.
He's putting in the work, isn't he? Very
Still
impressive.
Got it, mate. Still got it. Very good. And then we got shown some. So this is today's reveals now. I think so. We've got this nice heretic. not as nice as some of the other stuff. I wish we could see the back detail where he's clearly got a dude strapped to his back. Either that or he's got a Quato thing going on.
Yeah.
But you've got the little cat surveyor thing here, which is just almost exactly the same as the one they had in Space Hulk. The servo skull. He's all right. It's not the best that they've shown off recently, but
A cyber altered task unit.
Oh, is that what it stands for? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still remember it now from my first edition one with the little token.
Nice. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And they did show off, we'll just quickly go to the last one they did, the Narca and the Cadaver, because I like these more. I thought these were nice.
So cool. That Heretic, that dude covering his back. It reminds me of Alien Resurrection.
Yes,
when I have to put the
yeah,
little
he
dude on
picks
the
up the
guy's
guy
back.
in the wheelchair.
Yeah, and he's
I
going
can't
up the
remember his
ladder.
name now. Oh God, what's his name?
The names aren't important. People know.
I can't remember the name of the actor either. Fuck it. Yeah, those guys. But yeah, no, these are nice. These are nice. I like this. This is nice and characterful.
All the Necromunda stuff's been good, to be fair.
I don't think there's been a lot that's not been good, put it that way. Yeah, very little that's not been good. But I like these guys in particular. I think the specialist games teams just knock it out of the park.
Yep.
I mean, I love this guy where he's got like, he'll dump your body, he'll get rid of your bodies for you. And he'll also provide you some meat. The special meat.
Asterisk, completely unrelated activities, we're sure.
So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's Necromunda is one of those games I kind of wish that I could play more and get a proper campaign going, kind of thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But never mind.
Just like to be playing any games at this point.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Stupid,
and then we've got
stupid busy December.
This week's yeah, I know, it was stupid events like Christmas and stuff.
Just quick, the Wolf Priest, very cool. Cast through a roof.
Yeah, I've got him lined up, mate. Heresy Thursdays, right there. We'll get to him. So this Sunday we've got Brutal and Cunning, which you're going to be getting.
Yeah, I like the Rattlings for some reason.
The Rattlings are okay. I think the Orcs are okay as well. I think it's an okay box. It's not grimdark. It's a bit cartoony, but you know, this is what they're doing now. And the Rattlings are kind of that way. And I love the guy with the cup of tea and his beret.
Yeah, I think that's what sold it. It's very British looking Rattlings.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah. Curious sized box. It literally looks like someone took one of the more recent Kill Team boxes and just chopped it in half.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing this, weren't they? They were doing two kill teams and a little bit of scenery, not a load of scenery, and it was like 80 odd quid. So that's what I'd be expecting to see these at.
Which is pretty good deal, really, considering the normal.
Considering these are going to be like 40, 50 odd quid, you're basically getting scenery for free, I suppose, is the way to look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad. And then they're doing the
proper
scenery from Hivestorm separately.
Actually, it's all the bits from Hivestorm separately, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then you get the Vespid Stingwings and the Tempest Aquilidons. And then they've just released all the other guys as well. And we already know that these are going to be overpriced. They've put the price up by like a $5 because they've put a sheet of tokens in there. And now if you want to pay Kill Team, it's going to cost you like 70 odd quid for a Kill Team. So yeah, that's what it is. Because these decks of cards are about 20 quid each. So not a great deal in my opinion, but there you go. They're there if you want them. And sadly, for a lot of these, in fact, maybe for all of them, these are the only way you can get them. So if you want those Felgar Ravagers, you'd have to, if you want them for like your Chaos Army or your Renegade Imperial Guard army that you've made up, you have to fork out and pay 50 quid for 10 miniatures, or 40 quid or whatever, which is, not cheap. So
it was like some of the stuff I did for Warcry, wasn't it? Like as a Demons player, like I had to buy half of a Warcry, like Warband, just to get my hands on Furies for my Chaos.
You had to buy the core box, I think, to get the Furies to start off with, and then they might have released them separately.
Yeah,
but again, there's your Blades of Cain, and I do have to wonder if this is the only way that you'll be able to pick up Striking Scorpions, because if it is, that sucks.
I think it is.
Does it mean that the same price will be for everything else? So, and then you've got these other, decks of data cards that came in the core box, presumably. And again, 35 cards or 33 cards for Nurgle, 20 odd quid. It's like, that's not good.
No.
And then you've got the ugly Titus, who when I saw this, I thought of the
oh jeez,
I thought of the IT crowd. You've got shit in your forehead scene, but it's actually his studs. They've just painted him with blood coming out of it for some reason, which is a bit stupid. So there you go, like you do. So yeah, he'll be out. He'll be like 25 quid, and he's not worth it. And apparently he's only available at Warhammer stores, and he won't be available in Japan or China because fuck you, I suppose.
Well, to be fair, like, didn't Japan get the fancy marine boxes and plague marine boxes?
They did, yeah. So you're
So,
saying it's payback.
well, balance.
And then there's your Dark Mechanicus,
Yes. My
or Dark
Mechanicum may,
Mechanicum,
my
sorry, for the
Mechanicum may, my Mechanicum may become suspect.
first time.
They look. I like those. They're nice. The rules are good as
Yeah, they're
well.
good. Yeah, they're good. They're nice. I like what they've done with those. And then you get the box of the little
And then
ones,
the smaller ones, yeah.
all coming out.
With Titanicus rules as well in the box. So that'll be
Indeed,
cool.
and I'm wondering if they might bump the price up for that. Hopefully not. I'll have
Yeah,
to wait and
interesting.
see.
And then this is a curious choice. I
Yeah,
mean,
just the 8 Thanatars. Forget all the rest of it.
yeah, like
Just
everyone loves a good Thanatar. Like, look at them, they're fucking cool. But really, like, you've done a box of 8 Thanatars when we've still got the Karaknos assault tank, which is based
I
off
mean, I'm not
the Trios
surprised by
conveyor.
that because
And
look at the
then,
Space Marines. We haven't got the heavy. We haven't got the super heavies. We haven't got half the siege tanks. There's loads of stuff missing for the Space Marines.
yeah, but
Loads of stuff
the
missing.
difference is we've got rules for the Mechanicum tanks. We don't have models for them.
Yeah, I suppose,
But
but
we don't have rules for any of the extra marine stuff. It's like there should be a tank box for the 3 Prios patterns, which are the smaller actual tanks, and then they should have another box for the Kraknos assault tank, which is, or no, a fire support tank, which is based off of like the Trios conveyor, like the bigger one. Yes,
yeah. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But the rest of the Mechanicum stuff is coming, I suppose, at some point. But yeah, we haven't seen
yeah,
half of it in bloody Heresy yet either. So, and then some platforms. Yay, I guess.
which is an interesting development. I mean, they did do road sections and stuff,
Yeah, it is road sections. I mean,
but
they
did anyone
make them.
actually
They'll
get
be
them?
expensive. If you want to buy them, you buy them, I suppose.
Yeah, like did anyone actually get the road sections? I mean, I'm assuming some people did, but I don't know how well they sold.
I thought you bought some, to be honest.
No, and because they're
Oh.
tiles, it's like you have to use them with other tiles. Otherwise,
Yeah, yeah,
you're just gonna have like a 2 by 2 or whatever it is, just lump.
yeah. Which is why it
Like,
was
God,
fun when they sold the roads separately. If you remember, like the old resin roads and stuff.
yeah,
You just slapping one in the old table.
2 tiles per box.
But
I
then
mean,
you've got
it's kind of
New
cool.
White Dwarf, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, with
So
hybrids on the front, which is
apparently, big changes are afoot on Warhammer Plus. Maybe it'll get good. Who knows?
nice.
Shots fired! Shots
that,
fired!
that Infinite and Divine book looks nice.
Very pretty. It's a very good book. Apparently, it's a very good book. It's very funny. So
Funny? Did you say funny?
funny, yeah. Apparently, Trazin and whoever the other one is, Oracan, I think it is. Apparently,
Trazin.
they bicker like an old fucking married couple or something.
To check that out.
People were turning around saying they're a gay couple and stuff because I don't know, that's important to people for some reason. But yeah, apparently it's quite a funny book, like in the vein of Caiaphas Cain and that kind of stuff. Because they are
Oh, good,
books.
nice.
So yeah, we've got shown these guys, the usurpers, and yeah, they look alright. And then some dudes, just loads of dudes. Obviously, Middle Earth battle strategy game is coming now, and they finally showed off Hera, who doesn't look very nice.
The upstart.
Well, apparently the whole film's about her. Apparently she goes off and finds a tribe of warrior women who are the only people who can beat the nasty men or something. I don't know. It's not. It's not what Tolkien wrote, so I don't care. I don't even know if I'm going to go and watch the film, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it really, really is. But if that's what they've done, it's what they've done. It's either going to work or it's not going to work.
I'll wait for some reviews on that.
Yeah, just judging the model, I don't think the model's that nice.
Interestingly, they kind of left her till way late to reveal. Honestly, with their promoting
right at the end
of diversity, I thought they would have pushed her out at some point. Like first or in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, I would expect to see her a long time ago. So I don't know anything about how prevalent she is in the rules, how amazing she is. I don't know if she's the greatest thing ever or whatever, like in the film. But I don't actually think that model's that nice.
It might have been because she's resin. They're like, fuck Forge World, we'll do this one last.
Yeah, maybe. Well, a lot of the other characters are resin as well.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, just I don't know. Can't quite tell what's going on with her. Is she wearing armor here? Is this fucking trainers she's got on?
It's just a dress.
I have no idea what's going on. Really don't. But yeah, no, I don't think it's that great a model. This, on the other hand, is
a lovely model. It is.
Although I've got to say, that face is a little bit too bright and cheerful to be a Space Marine. It's a bit fresh-faced.
It looks
needs
fresh.
To be a bit more.
Wouldn't say it looks cheerful.
He looks like he's right out the fucking shower.
You know, it looks a little bit like Travis Fimmel from Vikings.
He does actually, yeah. But the helmet is awesome. That's what you should be making, GW, not the stupid wolf helmets.
It's all
Fuck
awesome.
off the stupid wolf helmets. This.
There's nothing about the Castle of Runes that I don't like. It all looks great.
Yeah, no, there's no lovely model that.
And
The,
yeah, it's
I
like
love
I said.
the engraving on the van braces. I love the shoulder pads. I think it
Yeah,
looks great.
it's like I said on their Facebook post. I was like, this looks amazing. Whoever did the face for this needs to have a word with the design
Yes,
studio and say this is how you do faces, not
yes,
whatever the message that you've been doing recently.
exactly. It's still a bit angular in places,
Yeah, but
especially here, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
it looks awesome.
It's an improvement,
Definitely.
certainly. So yes, Castle of Runes and the War of Rohirrim is upon us. It's £140, which I think that's
Oh,
not bad.
not bad.
More or less what I expected, to be honest. Plenty of stuff in it, and then you've got all these dudes as well. I presume these are 20 quid each. Which for Forge World Resin, which for Forge World Resin is actually rather reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, you could paint him in red and white and have him as Father Christmas. That's pretty cool.
Indeed, very angry Father Christmas.
Mm.
But
Father
these models
Smashmas.
as well, I want to talk about this. These Warriors of Rohan and these Hillsmen down here are like 32 quid for
That's
30
not bad.
models.
Yeah. What scale are they?
They're a bit smaller, like 28 or 30 mil. But
Okay.
even so, I mean, that's £1 a model.
Yeah, that's surprisingly good.
It's very cheap for GW.
Must be because
So,
it's a film tie-in.
I
Like,
guess, yeah.
don't price our stuff out, otherwise we can't pay for this license.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, so a lot I was thinking about picking up the box set. It would never get played, and there's just no point. But I think what I might do is might treat myself to a box of Hillsman instead,
Hmm.
because they look, once you've painted those up, you can choose them for whatever, couldn't you?
Are they different to the guys you get in the main box?
No, they're exactly the same. It's the same,
Oh, no,
same sprue, same sprue and everything. And there's some nice characters here.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that works. That looks like what I expect to see, and that's what I see in the film. And I look at that heroine, I don't know what's going on. Like that, and I'm like, that again, that looks Lord of the Rings. That looks like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird, very weird. But apparently, loads of people are picking these up and using them as Saxons for historical.
Nice. Good.
So yeah, all well and good. And that was that. So that is the end of the news, as it were. So we may as well move on to our main subject just for a little bit before we go off to go and get an Operation of Space Marine 2 in.
Okay.
And that is 3D printing. Now, obviously, I have recently got a Saturn, which I'm struggling with a little bit, but it's huge. And that's prompted me to go out and basically look for STLs of things like bases, scenery, proxy models, whatever, basically, whatever I can print. I've just been on a bit of a rampage. And we are still at the stage where if somebody wanted to 3D print a GW army to varying degrees of accuracy, like there's some scans out there and for other stuff you'd have to make do with proxies, you could do so absolutely no problem. Absolutely no problem. And I think that A, this is a fight that GW can't win, and B, it's a fight that GW knows they can't win.
No.
So they'll take down people when they can, but it seems to me like they're not making, because like there's some Tyranid models out there on the Purple site, for example, that are exact scans of the Tyranid models.
Nice.
Exact scans.
I think that must have cost someone a fair bit of money because decent 3D scanners are not cheap at all.
They're not. They're like £1,000 or something. But if you got like that, and then you scanned 100 models, and then you sold those models at like £8 each, you make back your money very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You've got like people on Russian sites who are buying 3D scanners and sharing STLs and stuff, and then selling membership to their groups. I've not joined any or anything, but selling memberships to their groups to get access to STLs. And again, you think, you sell a membership for £10 a month to 100 people. Well, there's your £1,000.
Yeah.
And if you're repeating that every single month, you're going to make bank.
Make what?
Money.
Ah, fair enough.
It's what the kids say. They say bank.
I thought you were going horribly modern for a moment.
No, I don't have that riz.
What?
I don't know if I should use that word correctly or not. I don't know.
Do you have the drips when you go outside?
The trips. That's not a thing. That's not a thing, is it? Is that a thing?
I've heard it used.
Oh God. Oh my word. Oh dear. No, we're getting too old for this shit.
I'm gonna have to watch that delightful new Crow film and pick up more of the language of the
Oh, do not.
scallywags.
Oh no, 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 no,
To be
no.
fair, once was more than enough. It was awful.
No, that might be. I'm thinking about doing the worst films of the year
Do
for
it.
my other channel, and that would feature. That would feature. It is awful. But no, I mean, like 3D printing. I mean, it's certainly getting cheaper. I don't think it's getting a lot easier yet, but it's certainly getting a lot cheaper. Like in the Black Friday sales at the moment and stuff, you could pick up a basic level 3D printer for 100
Right.
quid. Like a very basic sort of Mars, Elegoo Mars, like base level, entry level printer for about 100, between 100 and sort of 120 quid. And then obviously you've got to buy the resin and the tools and all the bits and pieces you need. But what I'm saying is, like,
Box of gloves.
we were talking, many boxes of nitrile gloves. But we
Yeah.
were talking about that Krieg box set that's like 150 quid, and you get like, what was it, 10, 11, 12 models. You know, once you've got a 3D printer, you can print off hundreds, assuming you get the damn thing to work properly.
Yeah.
And generally, the more simple you go, the easier it is to make work. And if you're not worried about having, because this is the thing with GW, is their models are beautiful, beautiful painting pieces and stuff. But sometimes, if people are just playing a game, they don't give a fuck. You know, like people quite willingly go and buy the Warlord models, which aren't that nice, and 3D printed options are there for those as well. I've seen them. And obviously Warlord can't do anything because it's all historical, so you can't sue somebody for making German World War II soldiers, because anybody can make German World War II soldiers. And these are much nicer than Warlord's models and correctly proportioned and all that kind of stuff. But people still buy the Warlord ones because they're just model soldiers. They don't care too much about the accuracy or what they look like.
Yeah.
They just want to get them on the table and shoot each other. Whereas GW obviously make painters models, but you can also get painters models from 3D printing. And although I don't think that 3D sculptors have quite hit GW at their best, there are many models out there. Like I've seen versions of Wolfen and versions of the Sanguinary Guard that are undeniably better than GW's most recent offerings.
To be fair, I don't think that was overly difficult.
No, it's not. But
Those two in particular.
those options are out there. And you're getting these printers now that are, I mean, the Saturn that I've got is a 12K printer. And I printed off some Battlefleet Gothic ships, and they are absolutely immaculate in their intricacy.
Nice.
So I think 3D printing has come along, and I'm just wondering, as time goes on, GW are going to make less money from models and more money from everything else. More money from the Space Marine 2s of the world and their merch and their licensing and their TV shows and their fucking action figures and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be a natural thing. But the fact of the matter is that, the 3D models are there.
Yeah.
And they're not hard to find. They really aren't. Especially if you're willing to pay some money to somebody. The free stuff is the free stuff, but if you're prepared to pay some money, you'd rather that went on 3D files than Games Workshop models, you could very easily get yourself an army on the table for about 50 quid.
But for a lot more work.
Yes, a lot more work. Well, I mean,
at
the end of the day, like cleaning up and assembling the plastic models is no cakewalk either. But as you correctly say, you don't have to deal with the chemicals and the fucking resin and all that bollocks.
It's way less. It's way less ag than 3D printing with resin.
You're trading money for time.
Yeah, ease of use, convenience.
At the end of the day, you're trading money for time. But the options are there for anything. You want a Space Marine army? I could direct you to where to get a Space Marine army for free in about 10 minutes. Don't ask me in the comments because I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get sued by GW. Just let's just say the options are out there and you won't have to look too hard for them. Reddit will probably put you in the right place in about 5 minutes. So yeah, I don't think it's something really that GW can stop.
Yeah,
it's like Trench Crusade. You've got the new Trench Crusade. Sorry, say again.
They're going to embrace it instead.
No, I don't think they ever will. I don't think they'll ever embrace it.
Mm.
I don't think they can be seen to. I think other companies will, like Trench Crusade, which you talked about. And Trench Crusade obviously say that the guys at Trench Crusade say that when you get our STL files, they're for you to use alone, not for you to sell on.
Yeah,
There's a
quite
certain amount of
about that.
naivety in that. People are going to share. This
But
Russian thing that I was talking about, for example, who sells his memberships to his groups to files, he will blatantly do that. He will blatantly just buy all the fucking Trench Crusade models and then sell memberships to get access to them and stuff. That's going to happen. It's naive to think, unfortunately, that it wouldn't. You just have to hope that people like your company enough to support you as well.
yeah,
So obviously, I'm getting access to the pledge manager real soon, and I did a ranking list.
should be today actually.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet. I don't think. Let me just check my emails real quick. But I got I did a ranking list for the stuff just the other day.
A what list?
A ranking list. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Factory Fortress, Trench Crusade, backer kit. I need to find out if backer kit does the pay-in free thing. Otherwise, it might limit how many STLs I can get. Because GameFound does, but then I had to switch from GameFound because apparently GameFound couldn't split postage between different countries.
Ah, fair enough.
So they had to go to BackerKit, and I don't know if BackerKit offer that option, so I have to have a look. But yeah, like I ranked all the Trench Crusade STLs, well, the vendors that they showed, by just how much I like them, basically, or how good I think they are as models.
Nice.
And anything in the A tier, I'll be getting, basically. But once something goes digital out there, I think you just have to accept that it's going to be, it's like movie studios these days. Your film's going to be available online. Digital is the new way. Physical media is dying out. People will just download films. It's just quite often they'll stream them for convenience. Do you know what I mean? Like if I have the option of downloading a film off my computer or streaming the film, then I'll just, on like Netflix or something, then you just stream it on Netflix because it's easier. Do you know what I mean? It's the stuff that you can't get hold of.
You don't have to worry about downloading stuff or saving stuff or having
Exactly,
storage.
yeah, all that, and getting yourself a VPN or any of that bollocks. So it is about ease of access at the end of the day, and as you say, GW has that whole. This is the painted model. This is what you want to achieve. You buy the sprue, make it yourself, all that kind of stuff. Which again, a lot of that goes missing if you do 3D printing. So if you're kind of person who likes doing the assembly and the conversion, maybe 3D printing isn't for you. Maybe getting the GW model kit and then printing off bits is for you. Like print off resin conversion bits to add to your GW models, if you know what I mean. Which is what I tended to do in the past. I tended to print sort of like shoulder pads for my Marines and things like that, and different weapons options and stuff like that, rather than doing full armies because the technology wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
But now I think the technology is there, and I'm just wondering what GW are going to do going forward. So I think we should have to keep an eye on it, really. Just see if they do any more strikes. They took down E-Man G, but again, I can tell you that even though all his stuff is off the purple site, and he doesn't have it anymore, there are people out there who have saved all of his work and make it available. So, GW can't win. As soon as something goes digital, that's it. You have no more control over it, in my opinion. It's gone. It's like this video. We put this video out on YouTube. If somebody wants to clip this video and take bits of it and claim it for themselves or steal our ideas or whatever, we can't stop them.
No.
At the end of the day, it's just that's what happens when you put something out digitally. And a quick confession to you guys: our channel is suffering. We've plateaued on subscribers. We don't get the reach that we used to anymore. We don't want to do drama. We don't want to do discourse miniatures, and we don't want to do sort of screaming about political sides of things, or these are the problems of Warhammer, or these aren't the problems of Warhammer from a political point of view, or a social point of view, or anything like that. We don't want to embrace all that stuff. When GW fuck up, we'll point it out, and we'll do commentary on the state of the game and things like that from time to time. But we don't want to be drama farmers. We don't want to be those people who put clickbait titles up and all that kind of shit.
We're not drama llamas.
I don't want to do. I've never wanted to do that with Grumpy Grognard Gaming. And if that means we grow slower than everybody else, we grow slower than everybody else, and I can handle that. But we have absolutely plateaued. So if you like what we do, because we've been stuck on like 650 odd subscribers for a good few months now, then yeah, drop us a sub. Let us know what you think. I mean, let us know what you think either way. You know, do you like what we do? Do you not like what we do? Are we just grumpy old bastards? I mean, we are just grumpy old bastards, but you know,
A little bit.
you're officially up past middle age now, dude. I hate to say it.
Well, true. I think I'll be very fortunate to get to 90. So now I'm 46. It's all downhill.
I mean, they say that, like, you know, those are the glory years, because like you're mature enough to sort of like not make the mistakes of your youth, but you're still just about young enough to not be completely fucking decrepit. Like, some things are starting to break and things are starting to ache, and it takes longer to recover and stuff, but you're not completely fucking, and you're certainly not senile yet. So, you know, you're not.
I think what the mistake is that you're making is that you're assuming that all of my years aren't glory years, and I'm afraid that they are.
I'm hoping the glory years are ahead. You know, I want to be that bloke who's so old that he can just get away with shit. Just go around
That's the plan.
screaming inappropriate things and just get away with it. Oh,
Yeah,
he's just old. He's just old.
Don't mind him.
Old and cantankerous. I remember like the Harry Enfield, the two old gits. Like that, you know. Anyway, we will leave you with those thoughts, guys. Sound off. Drop us some comments. I do have more stuff planned. It's just getting around to doing it. One of us is always ill and stuff because, you know, as you've said,
spent too much time playing Tacticus and Space Marine 2 to get anything else done.
Ooh, don't let them in on the secret, he says as he boots up Space Marine 2.
Oh, like that is it.
Right, yeah, let's go for level 4. Right, we'll catch you guys later. Adios.
Cheerio. Thanks.